Dr. Tan Wu Meng, next question, please.
Question 8, sir.
Mr. Deputy Speaker, may I have your permission to take questions 8, 9, and 10 together?
Yes, please.
Thank you, sir. On 11 July 2021, an accident occurred at the Bukit Batok bus interchange when a bus that was making a turn within the interchange hit another bus that has just entered the interchange. Following the incident, a bus captain was placed under arrest by the traffic police and has been temporarily suspended from active duty by Tower Transit Singapore. The traffic police is investigating the accident. As investigations are ongoing, I would refrain from commenting on the cause and contributing factors for the accident. SBS Transit and Tower Transit Singapore have been in close contact with the passengers and the 2 injured bus captains, including rendering help to facilitate their medical and insurance claims. The National Transport Workers Union is also working with operators to provide support for the bus captains. Sir, safety is a key priority for the government and public transport operators. Bus interchanges are designed to ensure safe movement of passengers and bus captains. Prior to the commencement of operations, LTA conducts analysis and trials to ensure that buses can move around the interchange safely. Buses driving within the interchanges must adhere to a speed limit of 15 kilometers per hour and obey traffic schemes such as the stop lines and slow markings, which are prominently painted on the driveways. Bus parking warning systems are also installed to warn bus captains of reversing buses. All 4 bus operators have instituted continual safety training for their bus captains, impose disciplinary procedures for errant bus captains, as well as provide incentives for safe driving. They have also invested in telematics systems on board buses which monitor the driving of bus captains and proactively identify those who require refresher training. With these measures, our public bus safety record has improved in recent years, and there are relatively few accidents. The number of accidents involving public buses, not just in bus interchanges, but across different settings, has been falling steadily. There were 148 of such accidents between January to May 2021, as compared to 270 in the same period in 2017. The average yearly accident rate for our public buses has been on a downward trend over the last few years, from about 0.15 cases per 100,000 bus kilometer traveled in 2017 to about 0.1 cases per 100,000 bus kilometer traveled between January and May 2021. Accidents that occur are often attributed to human factors, such as failing to keep a proper lookout or give way to traffic with right-of-way. The public bus operators and LTA have put in place a process to collate and share learning points from accidents and also near misses to raise awareness among bus captains and reduce the risk of future accidents.
Dr. Tan Wu Meng.
I thank the Minister for his answer. a number of Clementi residents with family who transit through or go through that interchange have expressed concern about what happened. I understand the investigations are still ongoing, but if I may raise 3 supplementary questions more generally. Can the ministry share if the agencies have kept track of the number of accidents at this particular interchange over the past few years? Secondly, how many near misses have there been reported at this interchange over the past few years? And thirdly, with regard to human factors, has it been studied whether a driver towards the end of their shift may be more likely to be in an accident? And what measures are there to better support our brothers and sisters in the transport sector who may be facing fatigue or challenging circumstances at work? Thank you.
Mr. Deputy Speaker, I thank Dr. Tan for his 3 supplementary questions. I share his concerns that his residents express about safety. But as I mentioned earlier, safety is a priority for LTA and also for public transport operators. And we will continue to watch this carefully, not just safety within the bus interchanges, but also safety on the roads too. So the accidents and the near misses data for Bukit Batok interchange, it's not too different from what is in the general situation that I reported earlier in terms of the accident rate and also the number of accidents that happen within bus interchanges and also across different settings. There is this very unfortunate accident that happened in July. As I mentioned earlier, investigations are ongoing, so I do not want to go into the details of the causes and also the accountability of different parties. I think we let the investigations take its natural course. But what is important, I think, to remember is that the public transport operators, all 4 of them, have a process of collating and sharing information about accidents and near misses so that we learn. After every accident or every near miss, there is a learning process to see how we can further reduce the risk of future accidents.
Mr. Murali Pillai.
Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, I thank the Honourable Senior Minister of State for his comprehensive response. I also want to record my thanks to Dr. Tan Wu Meng, Honourable MP, for raising this question because the Bukit Batok bus interchange lies within the constituency where I serve. Sir, the accident has caused serious concern among some of my residents, particularly the aspect where the bus fell 2 meters and onto its side. I recognize that the interchange itself was built in around 1987. I wonder whether the Land Transport Authority is minded to look into the design, having regard to the fact that buses have become bigger, and also there may be a need to provide for sufficient safety margins, and also safety measures, extra safety measures, to ensure that should something untoward happen, at least there are some structures in place to make sure that pedestrians, commuters' lives, and of course that of our bus captains would also not be impacted.
So I thank the member for his supplementary questions. Again, I want to stress that the importance of safety is something that both LTA and the public transport operators, we take very seriously. And not only do we look at how we can learn from every accident or every near miss and how we can then improve, both in terms of the infrastructure, but also I think in terms of the safety procedures and the awareness of bus captains to pay attention to safety. So I want to assure the member and his residents that all bus interchanges, and this includes Bukit Batok bus interchange, have safety features in place that meet prevailing safety standards. Notwithstanding the presence of these safety features, I think safe driving is ultimately the most important. Because no matter how much infrastructure we put in, I think if it's due to human error, the infrastructure can't completely take that away. So safe driving at the end, I think it's still the most crucial. And this is what I think will help to reduce the risk of accidents. So I mentioned earlier in my main reply how we have built in some of these safety features into the design of the buses to also monitor using telematics systems the driving behaviors of individual bus captains, and then to pick up those that may require further refresher training. There's also constant sharing to reinforce the importance of safety. And I think through this whole process, obeying speed limits, obeying traffic schemes, both within the bus interchanges and also outside on the roads, I think this is what will allow us to continue to improve the safety records of our public transport system.
Mr. Saktiandi Supat. Your mic.
Mr. Deputy Speaker, thank you to SMS for answering some of the questions in my PQ. I have two supplementary questions. First is in relation to the types of cases. SMS mentioned that the number of cases have been falling, and also the 0.15 cases per 100 kilometers has dropped to about 0.1 number of cases in 2021. But to me and to many residents, every single bus accident, not just in the interchange but outside, is one too much, as it involves a heavy vehicle. So that 148 cases, may I ask my first supplementary question, what type of cases are those? Does it involve pedestrians, cyclists, or motorists? That's my first supplementary question. The second one is how much can we enhance in terms of education of our pedestrians and other commuters, especially in the either in the interchange or outside the interchange scenario, to understand and be aware about public buses and the safety around it when they are commuting around it. Thank you.
Mr. Deputy Speaker, Mr. Satyandi asked about the types of cases that we have that are reported earlier, 148 so far, between January to May 2021. This is there are different types of accidents, some involving pedestrians, some involving cyclists, some involving motorists. So I think what happened in Bukit Batok is within the interchange, and it's actually between two buses. But Mr. Satyandi is right. Safety is not just safety within interchanges. Safety is also safety in different settings, including on the roads. So this is why I think in my main reply, I emphasized that safety both within interchanges and in different settings is a priority. And this is something which we must continue to pay careful attention to, continue to look for ways in which we can do better, both in terms of the infrastructure, but also, I think importantly, the behaviors and safety consciousness of users, from bus captains to motorists to cyclists to pedestrians. So it's an ongoing effort, and I would like to call upon all stakeholders to please continue to work with us, because ultimately safety is a collective responsibility.